Football Uncut.
Let's do it again. It's another edition of the Football Uncut podcast, and yes, it is still your regular faces, myself, Samu Sport, and DK talking about them Dammy Green, Baba Chelsea, the Chelsea faithful himself. Ima is not here today for one reason or the other, but the show definitely must continue. And DK, quickly greet your people.
My football lovers, this is another great episode of Football Uncut podcast, and we are here to discuss football as it be.
Yes, we are here to discuss football as it take be, starting with the league that means the interest that has the focus of majority of the football fans, and that is in the Premiership. Some people say that it is the best league in the world. I don't know how true is that, but what I'm very sure of that is the fact that Spanish La Liga is somewhere in the corner. But that's another argument for another day. Quickly, let me start with your darling Chelsea, DK. Sometimes you guys can blow hot, sometimes you can blow cold, but kudos to Maresca and his boys this time around as they dispatched Wolves with relative ease.
If Tab no Wolf, who won't come win again? But it's a great performance coming from the guys. But although we find it very difficult to break through, because the first half was 0-0, and of which is not supposed to be so, because look at the quality we have
compared to the Wolves side.
Yeah, compared to the Wolves side, at least the first half we supposed to have scored like a 2 or 3 and 3 goals, but you know it's very bad. It's very bad looking at the first half. But kudos to the guys.
I don't know why, with the way Estival has been playing in recent time, and looking at what he brought to the game when he was introduced in the second half, what is the rationale behind the bench? Why Maresca the bench? What do you make you think they make Maresca the best that kind attacker when the likes of Garnacho and then Neto seems to be misfiring?
First of all, looking at the work rate of Neto, I can still understand it, because Neto seems like the only person which has enough bench because of his work rate, and also his defensive attribute he add to the team. And looking at Garnacho too, Garnacho attack service is also great, but I think that is giving Estavio some time, to adapt to the English football. And honestly, the boy is not doing bad.
How long it go take him adapt? When you are adapting and you are already playing at this level, which kind of adapt still they adapt? Which kind of adapt they expect from that kind of player? He's already firing. Why not play him?
Honestly, that question you threw to me should be to Enzo Maresca, because I think he's trying to undo the playing and the player management. But looking at so far, he's doing great. Estavio is doing great.
Okay, straight to the red side of Manchester. I mean, Manchester United, when we thought that they cannot start sustaining winning mentality, winning streak, they seem to form all of a sudden, and against Tottenham, they almost lost it.
Well, looking at it, what I'm really, really happy about this Man U side, that the intensity is getting more better, unlike before, and kudos to Amorim, because I get the player now that are getting to understand his system. Because look at what I've watched so far, they're trying to understand the system, and but we know it is Man U. They go still fuck up. Do
you think say they are still better this with the way Manchester United have been playing in recent time, the last 3-4 matches now? Are they still better this ahead of them?
Looking at it, if they continue like this without no injury crisis, I think actually they have a point to prove this season. But
a point to prove, like finishing among the top 4?
Probably.
You see this?
If they continue like it, because I look at the intensity is there. It hasn't dropped. Because look at the 4 matches now. It has been so good for them.
What happens to Benjamin Sesko? Is he a buy that shouldn't have happened at all, or we should give him more time?
To me, I would just say they should give him more time. He's a good player. He's a young prospect. Maybe they just give him more time. He go adapt. But I feel that he's not really needed in that team. To me, he's not the kind of striker they needed. I don't know what other European teams were looking when Osimhen was there. But that one is a talk for another day, sha. It's a talk for another day.
Anyways, the team that seems to have everything going for them. In fact, many people are beginning to believe in them that finally it is their season, and they've been winning matches with relative ease, and they've been keeping clean sheet over and over again. All of a sudden, somewhere at the Stadium of Light, they did not the clean sheets did not only go away, they considered two
goals.
And they did not only concede 2, they also dropped 2 vital points. What does that result against Sunderland, what does it mean for Arsenal's title push this season?
First of all, I'll say the match against Sunderland has been one of the toughest match for Arsenal so far this season. The match was so fantastic, so interesting to watch, and kudos to Sunderland, because I don't know, they put a very strong fight against Arsenal, and it was so surprising. And the draw, honestly, I would say, if they drop their momentum, it would be a really setback for them. And now that they have a great squad, this is the time for them to win the league. And if they can't win it, they forget it.
We talk about the depth, the strength in depth of Arsenal. But one too many injuries is already affecting them. What do you think? There's going into that match, Gokeres is injured, Martinelli injured, Madueke injured, and they join the likes of Odegaard, Jesus, and Havertz. Do you still think it is? Don't you think it's going to still be the same old problems, injury setting in and disrupting Arsenal season?
So bad. Injury is a very bad thing to them, and it is a very bad thing that will happen to any team, And I think Arteta needs to work something out, because this injury will be a great setback for them. It will really be a great setback.
Can we blame that result on injury, or it would have happened going by Sunderland's form?
Honestly, I won't really say it's the injury, because Sunderland they're very, very tough team. Any team will have a problem with them. Any team. I was so surprised Man U won against them, because the way they played, it was so fantastic, so fantastic.
It's a defense that was very strong. A defense that was like a solid rock. All of a sudden, couldn't defend a 2-1 lead with less than 10 minutes to play.
Looking at it, I won't really blame the defense, because close to the closing match of the
closing stage of the match.
Yeah, closing stage of the match. I think the Arsenal attackers were so tired to press. Merino couldn't press. I think Saka couldn't press. They were so tired, and if they could press at that moment, I think that second, the 9-minute goal wouldn't have happened, because Merino was struggling to press. Immediately Merino was struggling to press, they don't make a launch ball, and I don't know what Raya was looking for outside. If he was so composed, that second goal wouldn't have happened. But I think if the attacker were able to press at that moment, that second goal wouldn't have happened.
Liverpool, the defending champions. It's like, I don't know what's in the last episode we talked about what the problem of Liverpool was, and we are back to it again. What is the problem of Liverpool? Was Man City just too strong for them, or there's something really going on in that team? Because all of a sudden they can't keep a winning momentum. They won just against Real Madrid in midweek, and they are already losing. They're losing scandalously, if you really want to say, to Manchester City. What is really wrong?
Firstly, I'll say against Man City, Liverpool didn't get their tactics right. First of all, they look so lost. Tactically, they look so lost, And in the midfield, Gravenberch was not there. I was hoping he could start the game more with Curtin Jones. To me, because Curtin Jones looked more dynamic in the midfield. McAllister looked so lost yesterday. Honestly, and I don't really also know what is going on with those players. They also look lost. Whether it's, you can say it's the death of Jota, I don't know. Even Salah is not in his best this season. He has been zero. Something is wrong in that team. Something is wrong.
What is the influence of the new big money buys so far for them this season, especially Florian Wirtz? Isaac has always been injured. I think it's just coming back, or he made this team squad, but didn't feature over 90 minutes. What's the other guy? Frimpong too has always been injured. What do you think the new big money signings have been able to add to that Liverpool's team, and the idea of playing Florian Wirtz from the left side of the attack? Do you really think does it make any difference to that team in that game?
Honestly, I see him more like a creative midfielder. He's not more of like a winger. So losing him at the left hand side, it will be a disaster. You should just leave Gaku where he is, and should leave Wirtz where he is. So losing him at the left wing or the right wing, it won't favour him at all, because he's more of a creative midfielder. It's a natural 10. I see him more as a natural 10. But I think that the feel that they sign him will also be a pressure to him, because you want to have something to prove. That's always been as these players. We always have something to prove.
They say struggle to try and fix the left side of the attack brings us to the question of the idea to sell Luis Diaz in the first place. Was it actually the right or a wrong move?
Looking at it now, it's a wrong move, because look at what that Bayern is playing on Bayern. It has been fantastic. This goal is scored in their last match, so brilliant, and now they are missing it. I don't know what the board was looking. At least they have come to a conclusion or something to help his contract at Liverpool. But I think that it will be the wages that made him left. I don't know what the board were looking at.
Now some people, there is this suggestion that after all the league and a slot won last season was actually a fluke, and many are already seeing him leaving Liverpool probably before or after the end of the season. Do you think Arne Slot will do enough to keep his job at the end of the season, knowing fully well that Liverpool were almost everybody's favourite to win the league at the start of the season?
Because on paper in the beginning of the season they look very strong. With the signing they made, they look very, very strong. And then I don't know what Slot is thinking right now, because against Man City they look so lost. Because looking at the match they played against Real Madrid, the energy they used, it was different from the way they played Man City.
But is it really fair on Arne Slot for us to start suggesting the sack for him?
Well, it's too early. It's too early for them to say it, because he's also a great coach. Look at what he has done in the past years with Feyenoord. He's a great coach, and also what he did last season. We can also say it's a fluke, because he came as a new coach, and he bring a new ideas to the
with the kind of performance we are seeing now. Does that also buttress the fact that he only benefited more from the work the club had done before he's coming in?
No, I don't think so, because as a coach coming to the new team, you have to bring your new ideas, your new tactics, your new player management, other aspect of coaching. You believe as a coach, you bring it on to the new place. So I don't think it's a fluke, because he's also a good coach, and he has a good record. Because coming to Liverpool, he won the league I think twice with Feyenoord. So I don't think it's a fluke. He's a good coach, and he will get it right. To me, I feel we get it right.
With this their latest setback, do you still see Liverpool pushing for the title?
If they get it right, they'll push for the title.
Can they still get it right? Are they still within touching distance of pushing Arsenal to the limit to the title?
Definitely, because Liverpool is not a small club. They'll definitely get it right. They'll get it right.
Okay, straight to the blue side of Manchester, and it's like finally Pep Guardiola is beginning to get it right, and the rebuilding process is beginning to look like a finished product. Manchester City against Liverpool were almost unstoppable.
Look at Man City. I'm happy for Pep. I'm happy for their fans because they are getting it right now.
Now lie, you know they happy for Pep. No lie. Continue.
Why will you say I'm not happy for Pep?
You and I know.
I'm not a fan of Pep. Doesn't mean I will not be happy for him.
Okay.
Because looking at what he did last season, he was struggling, and
you're happy about it.
Of course, I don't want them to win the league.
So you can't be happy now that he's getting it right.
I'm happy now because he's getting it right.
Okay, they talk with the two sides of your mouth. Continue.
So looking at what they are doing so far, they are getting it right. But I feel that once an injury sets in that team, there will be a problem.
What do you think they are doing better than last season?
I just think everybody just starts clicking. I don't know what Pep did. Everybody just start getting it right. Looking at Nunes, even though Nunes is playing out of position, he's getting it right. Their left back too is also getting it right. He's also new to that position.
Riley,
God bless you, Riley, and everybody just start to click to the tactics. I think that's what is helping that team now. Even Rodri doesn't look like he's missed, and Alan is getting his module game to game.
And but then obviously the old legs in the midfield were actually responsible for their terrible season the last time. The Bruyne, Gundogan, the Kovacic and the rest now that have been phased out of the team with the fresh legs placing them now
in the midfield.
The help of Nico Gonzalez, Tijani Reinders and the rest, and it's beginning seems to be working better for them this time around.
Well, would I say it's the old legs or something was wrong during that period? But if it's the old legs, probably because now it's so obvious that the midfield is gelling and the player are clicking to the tactics of the coach.
What happens? How did Jeremy Doku's form suddenly clicking, turning around, and do you see him maintaining this momentum? Do you see this Doku's form lasting long, and what does it mean? Or how will it help Manchester City through the season?
I won't really believe because Doku already like up and down. Today I'll be good, today I'll drop, today I'll be good, today I'll be drop. And yesterday, looking at the game yesterday, Bradley didn't give him enough challenge.
The same Bradley that kept Vinicius Junior almost quiet.
Honestly, doesn't, because the strength Doku has over him yesterday was so obvious. Will I say it's fatigue? I don't know. But honestly, the challenge Bradley gave up against Doku was so poor. I won't really say Doku from us because the guy would definitely drop. If he drop, there's some games I know Doku will drop.
There's always been this talk of Manchester City's defensive frailties, and they were able to shut the rampaging attack of Liverpool down completely in that game. So can we say the combination of Nunes, Ruben Dias, Gvardiol and O'Reilly as Guardiola finally gotten the right defensive combination to play with this season?
Well, one thing about football is balancing, and I think there's a balance in the midfield. And once there's balance in the midfield, and also there's a balance between him and Rubidias and Gvardiol, I think that's the best and perfect combination I've seen so far in Man City defense for a very, very long time. For a very, very, very long time. Because during that, I think it was Ruben Dias and Laporte was very, very fantastic. But now looking at Ruben Dias and Gvardiol was so fantastic combination, very fantastic.
Nico Gonzalez form as Guardiola finally solved the Rodri's replacement, as he finally found someone that can fill the vacuum of Rodri. So with or without Rodri, they can now function with Nico Gonzalez.
I don't really think so because Rodri gave them a really, really good 3 years. And I don't think Gonzalez is in that picture yet. But the past 3 games, He has been fantastic. But we can't just tell. It's too early. But he has been doing so fantastic. He had a great game yesterday. He also scored yesterday. He has been doing so fantastic. But what Rodri has added to that team, because then it was like if Rodri no play, Man City no fit play. It's like now Rodri dey play on the whole field. You go talk say Rodri no play, Man City no fit win. So it's too early to tell. But Gonzalez has been doing a fantastic job. Kudos to him.
Who fit stop Erling Haaland? That man cannot just stop scoring. Just play Haaland, you are guaranteed of a goal. What can you say about Haaland's season thus far, and how much will it help Man City season?
You know, definitely you having Haaland is like you having plus 20 goals already. Damn, without him playing, Otini plus 20 goals already. Kò tí play rárá plus 20 goals tún dúró dé níwájú. So I think the goals will really help them in the title challenge, and that is height. Now +1 for him. That is height. Otuwa Morilo is a plus. But looking at the first goal that Man City had, it's just I was not looking at what Konate was doing, because that ball should be a Konate ball.
That means, do you think Gabriel had done better in that situation?
Of course,
Gabriel had stopped Haaland from scoring if it was a Gabriel.
In that position, Gabriel could have done a better job. Although Haaland had been scoring like
headers
against Gabriel, but in that position at that moment, because our manager working back for one, it will be even a fight in that box before the ball even get to Haaland. It will be a fight between him and Haaland before Haaland even get to that ball. I think Gabriel would have done a better job, but I don't know what Konate was looking, because that was an easy goal for Haaland, a very very easy goal for Haaland.
Okay, before we leave the Premiership, will it be a straight battle between Arsenal and Manchester City? And who do you think, with what we've seen so far, do you see Manchester City once again snatching the title away from Arsenal?
The only person that can stop Arsenal from winning the league is still Arsenal. So far, looking at it, the only person that can stop Arsenal from winning the league is Arsenal themselves. But once Man City game first, they should forget it, because I know Pep.
Okay, let's switch gear and we go straight to the Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid have dropped point. They played a goalless draw, and Barcelona quickly capitalizing. They won 4 goals to 2. Has the league been blown open once again?
To me, I think Madrid will win it, because any person will carry first and going to lead with like 6 or 7 points. Don't carry league, because we know what La Liga is. It's not really too competitive, because we know the only 3 teams that will win it, either Madrid, Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. But now looking at it now, like Madrid have dropped points, I still think Madrid will win it, looking at it so far, because definitely Barcelona will drop points.
Barcelona seems like they can't stop shipping in goals. They can't stop conceding. Waiting they happened to that team. Just going forward, then they are massive. They know how to get it. They know how to open up the opponent's defense. They will start scoring 1 or 2 goals, but they can't stop conceding to at the back.
I think that's to talk to the coach. The island is playing at the defense. That's what is costing Barcelona. I think now all teams have understudied how to beat the island, because looking at all their goals, the way they are breaking the island is so perfect and so beautiful to watch. So I think as a Flick has to work on his defense, because at the end of the day, good defense wins the league.
Are they playing for the departure of Inigo Martinez, or they will still have faced this same problem if Martinez has stayed?
I don't think so, because looking at last season, Martinez was the heart of that defense. It's so obvious that he was missed in that defense. He was missed. I don't know what Barcelona was thinking. I think they could have found a replacement for him before selling him.
Bayern Munich eventually dropped point, although they still remain unbeaten. Are they the best team so far? Do you agree that they are the best team so far in the whole of Europe this season?
Of course, now record doesn't lie, fact doesn't lie. Fact doesn't care about anybody's feelings. At the end of the day, looking at so far, they're the only team unbeaten this season on record. Even their league, they are unbeaten. So far they're the best team in Europe. They're the best team in Europe. And kudos to their coach.
Vincent Company.
Vincent Company has done a fantastic job with that team. So fantastic.
Somewhere in France, yes, PSG, they still managed to grind out a result without the likes of Dembele and Edoué. What do you think is really working for PSG? And can we safely say that they can't do without the Ballon d'Or winner himself?
Of course, they can do without him, but they look like a struggling team currently. Because looking at that, judging from the past games now, they are struggling. But thanks to their coach, they have a very good coach that is tactically very good, very very good, and I don't think they're really missing, but they are struggling. And so bad, the injuries crisis in their team is not helping them at all. Because looking at the past few matches, they are struggling. They are really struggling.
Which is your pick for the Champions League trophy among Bayern Munich, PSG, and by extension Arsenal, Man City, and Real Madrid?
I will say Man City.
Is your pick for the Champions League?
Honestly,
you see them outdoing the likes of Bayern Munich and PSG for the Champions League?
I will say Man City. Time will tell. Because I know Pep. Because about in after January, that's when Man City they pick pass. When everybody is having crisis, Man City will just suddenly pick and they will look like the favorite.
Okay, on the final note, play one, bench one, and sell one. Erling Haaland, Harry Kane, and Kylian Mbappe.
Don't do this to me. This is a big one. This is a very very big one. Kai.
I don't understand. You are the coach of the team. They don't give you these three players, and at the end of the day, now one of them is free play. Now, so it means you have to bench one, and the other one for now you just have to sell the other one.
Did you do it?
So which of these three? The other time you guys sold Pedri with relative now not even salam una stone am away.
This is a big one. This is a big one. Well, I will start Harry Kane. I'll bench Mbappe. I'll sell Haaland.
You will start Harry Kane. You will bench Mbappe, and you will sell Haaland.
Yes.
Can you just back up your choices before you go?
Because looking at it at the end of the day, all of them will get you goals.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Harry Kane will get you goals. Mbappe will get you goals. Haaland himself, Fuengo. But Harry Kane add another thing to his game. He drops deep.
Mbappe doesn't drop deep.
Mbappe doesn't really drop deep because looking at the modern football now, most modern coach will pick Harry Kane because of his playmaking. Harry Kane adds playmaking to his game.
What about the ability, the 1v1 situation? Who is a better 1v1 striker between Mbappe and Harry Kane?
It's Mbappe now. It's Mbappe.
And that is not enough to start him ahead of Kane?
No. Because at the end of the day, Tiboro, Harry Kane will still drop deep and will still help my gameplay.
Who has got more pace between Mbappe and Kane?
It's Mbappe now. But I'm just talking about my own preference. And honestly.
Look at age-wise, longevity. If you are selling Haaland, who seems to be the youngest among the three?
I was not looking at longevity. I was just looking at what they can add to my team.
You are just looking at the now.
Yeah.
You are not looking at the future.
No.
So once Harry Kane give you 1-2 years.
Because at the end of the day, Mbappe said will give me longevity. If I still have like 5 more years now. So that's it.
Okay. Yes, the conversation is opened. Yes, you can also join the conversation on YouTube, on TikTok, Facebook. Let's have your view. Who are you agreeing with DK? Is judgment? His choice? Is it sensible enough? Yes, who will you be playing? Who will you be benching? And who will you be selling out of your team among these three prolific strikers: Mbappe, Erling Haaland, and of course Harry Kane? Till we come your way again for another fresh episode of football Uncut. I love the way the Premiership season is really going. One week we come, it will look as if Arsenal untouchable. Another season we come, it will discover that Man City are already on their neck. Probably when we come for the next episode, we should start looking at probably a Liverpool coming back more into the fight for the title. You never can tell. DK, the final word.
My football lovers, this is your boy DK, and this is another great episode of Football Uncut. We are moving into the international break, and the Super Eagles is playing playoff against Gabon. May we pray, may we go World Cup. I beg. Football lovers, Nigerians, may we pray, may we go World Cup. No go bad, make player like Osimhen, may no go World Cup. And please enjoy the rest of this episode. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode. Thank you.
Yes, that is the size of the show. Until we come your way again for another fresh and super episode of the show. My name remains yours truly, Samo Sports. Continue to enjoy the round leather game.